Based on your experiences, what do you know to steer clear of other people's relationships? Here on Reddit, you always see someone asking if they should tell their friend their spouse is cheating. And everyone is like, oh yeah, do it, that's what real friends do, etc. Not thinking about what they could set into motion, like the spouse losing their minds and ending themselves and whole family, etc. In a divorce, and the guy loses everything which otherwise maybe they could have worked out this issue. But now, because a close friends know the guy might feel he can't look like a fool in front of his peers. Applies to both male-female. Flipping out, flexing, road raging on another driver for some perceived slight. You have no idea what the other person is capable of, and you are not the fastest, meanest, most well-armed, or toughest person driving around. Even if you're a full-bore psychopath, someone out there is that, and a cannibal, pyromaniac, necrophiliac that loves to follow drivers home to see if they have a family. Maybe driving up next to someone that cut you off so you can make sure they see you flip them. The bird isn't the smartest move. Oxy. Took one pill when I had an ankylosing spondylitis flare and couldn't move without screaming in pain and blacking out. A friend at the time had bone cancer. She gave me one. Most incredible feeling I've ever experienced. I'm not an addictive person and have pretty good self-restraint. Never smoked a ciggy, never done weed. Barely drink. Just isn't for me. But I knew this feeling was too good. Packed up the leftovers and gave them straight the fuck back to her the next day. Shit is dangerous. People, as I get older, I can't deal with people like I could back then. My wife and I went to the flea market, and we left within 20 minutes. People are rude as fuck. I had someone actually close enough behind me that I felt them breathe on my neck. We were getting shouldered, cut off, and talked to rudely. Another one would be narcotics. It feels way too good. Was addicted to opiates for years. Resulted in multiple ODs and near deaths. Been clean for 12 years now. It just isn't worth it. For me, it's heat. Your sanity is the first thing to go in heat stroke. You aren't even aware anything is wrong. You just know you're pissed. There's a weird buzzing sensation in your head chest. And the world doesn't feel right. And then you're a zombie looking for anything to cool off with. And shortly after that, you're unconscious. It escalated too quickly for half a dozen rational adults to notice before exhaustion set in. Heat will kill you quicker than you think. Manipulation. Conniving, snaky, toxic people. Practice the saying everything come and go. People leave, people stay. Whatever you do, someone will never be your number one fan or supporter. This trait will save you tons of drama, emotional stress, etc. See the people with genuine intentions and fakes. You cannot change your family, but you don't have to please them all the time. Jehovah's Witnesses. But I outran them. And by time they caught up to me, I had found the police. And the second I spotted the two, I pointed them out to the police. And I have never seen two people run like bats out of hell. If they were caught, I don't know. Hard drugs. Not trying to shame anyone, these are addictions. And I can see why people would want to experiment or escape. But as a healthcare professional, I have seen it get out of hand countless times and ruin patients and their families' lives. Also has many unexpected consequences on your health, like severe heart and brain disease, etc. Street fights. It's so much better to swallow your pride and chicken away. You never know what the other person is capable of, and if they don't have any weapons, gun, knife, boxer on them. And even if the fight is completely fair, you could always trip, get knocked out, and hit your head on the pavement, which can result in insta-death. Needs the point I lost it is when they wanted me to make of this autistic kid. I said y'all are just the biggest pieces of shit ever, and left them be. I had autism too, so I would be a shitty thing to do. People who brag about being decent people. Brags about not liking drama. You're not supposed to like being a part of drama. Brags about being nice. You're supposed to be nice. Brags about being honest. You're supposed to be honest. Etc. etc. If they brag the bare minimum, you can usually expect the complete opposite from them. Road rage. Here in LA you read reported car-to-car violence every week. It is not worth it. I have a family, and don't need to waste my energy and attention on some idiot in a car that I don't even know. Now, if someone wants to cut in front of me while we are in line, go on right ahead. I don't care. Heroin, I have an addictive personality. I've known this about myself since I was young. I started down the benzo path and I knew if I didn't put a stop to it, heroin was where I was headed. I'm not afraid to tell doctors, hey, don't prescribe me Z's because I like it. Self-awareness is key. People who suddenly start spouting off about politics in the middle of an unrelated conversation, no matter what side of the aisle they're on, their views rarely align with mine, and people who start a conversation that way are always inflexible and unwilling to consider an opposing point of view. Trying to see the good and potential in a woman who doesn't have much of a relationship with her father. Trying to change people in general never works out the way you want it to. Don't waste your time on lost causes and never let love or infatuation lust blind you. People who will do anything to get the approval and be liked by others. It can be so strong that they will throw you under the bus in order to get the approval of another, especially a power figure, such as a boss, professor, etc., can cause a strong lack of loyalty. Credit card debt. People who only talk about their life and problems without asking how you are. People who see me as their therapist. Religion, drugs, narcissistic people, and political extremists. There is more I could add, but I'll leave off with this. Women, between myself and what I've seen others in my life go through, I will no longer pursue a relationship in my lifetime. Will work with and respect them, but will never get married or have a relationship with one until the day I die. People in bars during weird hours. Can't tell you how many times I gave someone a cigarette just for them to take that as an invitation to trauma dump on me. I'm not shooting warm vodka in a dive at 3 a.m. because my life is great, pal. Women that only hang out with dudes, women that describe themselves as empaths or are into woo-woo mystical shit. This one is really obvious. But toxic people, I used to be kind of entertained by them. But now I know to avoid them. People who act like you're their best friend and constantly need from you, but never give, and that one time something really bad happens to you, they somehow trump it, and everyone you know runs to them to see if they're okay. Marriage. Divorced once, and there's really no fate worse than confining oneself to a lifetime of living with another person. As someone who cherishes my freedom and my solitude, marriage was pure torture. Never again. Just negativity as a whole, tbh. Really brings you down. And I don't even mean people criticizing you, just people who consistently complain and never actually do anything to improve themselves. Makes your life miserable. Cat moms, ladies. Dog moms. Great. Plant ladies. Great astrology tarot fanatics. No problem. But cat ladies, be careful. And the more cats they have, the more caution a man should take. Mark my words. Transactional kindness. If someone's only nice to people they want something from or are getting something from, it's gonna be a bad day when they feel the juice is no longer worth the squeeze. People with disabilities. Zion, to someone who is diagnosed with autism, they may not find a diss track as funny as a non-autistic person would, even if there's nothing offensive in it. Gossip. It not only drags you down and hurts others, but the people you gossip with will know you talk about people behind their backs. Why should anyone confide in you or trust you? Road rage. Do not fuck with unstable, impatient people in a stressful situation. I do not want to get shot over something as trivial as bad traffic, but it happens in the US. So, working at a startup, so many fail. You work hard and then after a few paychecks, they ask you to work for free while they're waiting for the money promised to them by investors. Gambling. I watched my brother go from fit and successful entrepreneur living his dream life to decrepit, broke, and ugly in a matter of 6 months. It completely destroyed him. Luxury brands. Brand name anything. I'm into quality over quantity. But there's no way I'm wasting my money on something just because of its supposed social status. The county fair. Expensive. Bad food. Hot. Dusty. Rides that move around in a suitcase and break often. And no matter how much sunblock I put on, I still get a sunburn. If a stranger looks weird and is trying to make eye contact, don't. They never want to do something nice for you. And the rare ones who do are pushing religion. Ouija boards. The neighbor's house burned down the very night their son was playing with one. They barely escaped with their lives. The cats died though. Relationships with people that have crippling mental health issues and always see themselves as victims of others instead of their own choices. People who say real men don't. I like cartoons and I feel more comfortable in shorts. F the man card and those who try using it against me. Steer clear of fighting with a guy who has cauliflower ears. He's likely wrestled a lot and you're about to get your ass kicked in a bar. Don't ever tell anybody what you are doing or when you will be going out. If someone suddenly wants to have sex with you, just walk away. Brand loyalty. There is no reason to expect a product to always maintain its quality. Always expect to need to look for alternatives. Crowds. Not much is more dangerous than a huge group of people panicking. Truly the scariest moment of my life was in a huge crowd. 1. Doing business with friends and family. 2. People with drama. Because they aren't the victims of drama, but the creators of it.